Hello, guys. Let's wait for some guys to come. I think today will be the last Zoom I'm going to share. So I'll be sharing a lot because this is the third Zoom I'm sharing. So whatever I'm going to discuss today, you apply it actually.
But you will record the group.
Yeah, I'm recording. So today I'll just try to give you some tips on how to trade anyway. If you are a trader, we have been doing it before, so you'll see how the easiest way you can be able to trade. I told you before, you don't need to complicate anything, you just make it simple. Yeah, we don't need to complicate it too much. So let's give people around 5 minutes. We see they're going to change. So today I'm just going to show you on how I apply my strategy. That it happens to be simple, but you don't use it correctly, it might make some losses. So I'm going to show you now to use SNRC1, combining it with SNRC1, combining it with Divergence and the Trendline. So it's easy. So you'll see on how it works and how you can enter trade. So before I told you Divergence, you just look. I usually trade with that trend. I don't trade mostly on reversals. I usually trade with that trend. So I follow the trend. So that's why I'm using the trend lines. So number one, what you're supposed to do, first you have to look at the general trend of the market. You see where the direction the market is moving. So if it's an uptrend, Fabian, please, you can mute your speaker. There's somebody on speaker, please, you can mute. There's somebody on speaker. There's somebody on speaker. Yeah. So I was saying you can use a trend line to trade. So first, what you're supposed to do, you go to a higher time frame, you see the general trend of the market. You see it an uptrend, you see a downtrend. So that's where you are going to apply a trend line. You see the general trend of the market. So for instance, this Euro USD. Somebody said we can discuss something about Euro USD. So Euro USD is a matchup there. So it's good when you trade it during London and New York session. So if you look at this one, for instance, you can see this trend. So once you understand the trend, it will be easier for you to trade on divergence. So if you see, for instance, this is a trend, and then we have a breakout down there, and then this is a trend. We have a trend line. So the moment you see a trend line like this, how are you going to trade? So we usually trade on divergence. So how are you going to increase your win rate? So first you draw your trend line, then you wait for breakout. So it does not necessarily mean that you have to draw a trend line, your trend on 1 hour time frame. You can use 15-minute time frame with 5-minute time frame. You have to use 2 time frames though, so that you can be able to get we have a major trend and a minor trend. So we are going to look at the minor trend, the major and the minor, both of them. So first, you are going to draw your trend line. Okay, let's say this is an uptrend. So what you will do, this is an uptrend. You have two trends here. This is the main one, but I'm going to draw another trend right here. So we have two trends right here. So what you are going to do, this 1 hour time frame, you are going to move to 15-minute time frame or 30-minute time frame. So, but I'm going to move to 15-minute time frame. So I'll go to 15-minute time frame. I'll go to 15-minute time frame, and this is what I will see. So these are on 15-minute time frame. I'm going to take this one. Let me do this, and I'm going to take this one to be my main trend. So I'm going to trade using a minor. This is my major trend. I'm going to trade using the minor trend according to this trend line I've drawn here. So I'll just take this one as my major trend. So though this is not my major trend, I'm just taking it as per now as my major trend. So what I'll be doing, once I draw my trend line, I'll be using the minor trends. These are minor trend. It's a counter trend though, minor counter trend. So like this one right here. Then we have another minor counter trend right here. So we have another minor counter trend right here. Then, so we can draw even this one. I'm sorry. So we have another one right here. I can draw this one right here. So what you'll see, you can see here, when I have my trend, I've already identified my trend. What I'm going to do, I'm going to look for divergence. So the moment I find divergence, if I find divergence at this point, maybe let me say this point right here, and then I have these 2 points, then I can draw my lines to see if I can get divergence. So if I expand these 2 lines, you can see we have divergence right here. This is higher high, and then this one is lower low. So you can see it clearly right here. This is lower low and then higher low. So we have this one right here. So this is actually divergence. So these 2 and this one, you can see it's going to opposite directions. So this one is hidden divergence. So the moment I find this one, I'm going to enter my trade right here. So my trade, I'm going to enter it. So this one way of filtering your trades so that you can be able to get good trades on it. So the moment you draw your trend and you get for divergence, trying to see where it's right here. So the moment you draw your trend line, so you wait for it for a breakout. So this way you are going to enter your trade. So this way you are going to enter your trade at this point right here. This way you are going to enter your trade when you have a breakout. Then you put your stop loss down here. So the stop loss, you are going to put it at this point right here. This way you will put your stop loss, and then you'll enter your trade right here. So the moment you enter your trade right here, since we are just following the trend, you just use stochastic oscillator to take your profit. But since I'm just following the trend, that's why usually I tell you when the stochastic is on, when it goes to my overbought, that's why I'm going to take profit one. Once I take my first take profit, then I'll break even because I'm following the trend. That's why I usually say just take partial profit and then break even. So this way you enter your trade. The moment you enter your trade right here, the market will continue moving. Remember, you have your main trend right here. So the market will continue moving this 15-minute time frame. The market will continue moving. Again, you draw, it will form VV, these 2 V's. So the moment it forms something like this, again, you draw 2 points. You draw your trend line, you wait for a breakout. So you'll just have a breakout here. If you go to a lower time frame, you can see maybe we might have divergence. So between these 2 points right here, you can have divergence. So you can see right here and this point right here. So this is a clear divergence. So we have divergence here again. So divergence, but we don't enter here. We draw a trend line, we wait for a breakout. The moment we have a breakout, this is where you enter your trade, you buy at this point, then you put your stop loss down here. So now remember the trade you opened here. Now you can move your stop loss, you break even now, you put your stop loss or your stop loss right here. So you continue moving with the market. So that's how you trade with the trend, and that's how easy it is. You don't need to complicate it. All you need is just one time frame. You draw, you get your trend line. So for instance, so if you continue trading, again the market continues. The market now it's on the major trend, the trend line, the major trend line I drew here. When the market is right here, you see we have divergence. Whatever it touches here, you first you look for divergence. Let's see, we have divergence. So you can see at this point right here, it's not clear at this point right here. So you can see we have divergence still. Still at this point we have divergence. We have higher low, high, then we have lower low. So this is a divergence. So once you have this divergence, again, you draw your trend line, you wait for a breakout. Once you have a breakout, you put your stop loss down here. That's how you enter the trade. Until this line here, the trend line here is broken. So the moment we break this trend line, and then we draw now the opposite trend line, now this the opposite. This line, the trend line has been broken. That's why you take your profit. Now you close all your trades. Again, now we start trading. We start following a different trend. That's how easy it is. But you have to use divergence. So the moment you use divergence, I use divergence for trend continuation only. I don't use it for trend reversals. I just use it for trend continuation. That's why I combine it with SNRC. SNRC stands for support and resistance continuation. So that's why I try to use SNRC. And if you try to look at these points, the points of divergence, the points where I've marked these zones, you can realize that we have SNRC zones right there. So this capital A, this is actually this is SNRC2. We call this one SNRC2. So we have capital A, we have this field that's formed here. So this resistance becomes support, but you are going to take your trade at this point. This one is SNRC2. So again, if you combine all these three, you just get a clear entry and then you enter your trade. But again, just use divergence and trend line breakout. So that one is good when you combine them. So let's look at gold. Maybe gold, it will be easier. We use the same criteria. So here we have a 1 hour time frame. So let's say we draw the trend line. So this is our trend line right here. So this is 1 hour time frame. We can move to 15-minute time frame. So 15-minute time frame, wherever the market comes, actually I'll trade on 15-minute time frame. I'll take a trend and trend. The one that I can be able to trade at the moment. So I can say even this one right here. Yeah, this is the trend we are having in 1 hour time frame. Yeah. So then I go to 15-minute time frame. So in 15-minute time frame, so I'll not just enter a trade. So first you can see at this point right here. At this point right here, we have can put a line chart so you can see it clearly. So we have this. These are counter trends. Just draw lines on the counter trends one. So we have a counter trend here. Then we have a breakout. So this is where we are having the breakout. This is where we are having the breakout. So I'm going to investigate if I have divergence at this point first before I take the trade. So first I'm going to investigate divergence. So I'm going to draw my vertical line right here. So clearly you can see divergence. We have this one right here. It forms low high. So this one right here. And then this one is lower low. You can see these are clear divergence. So the moment I find something like this, the next day I'm going to wait for a breakout. So the moment I have a breakout right here, I'm going to enter my pie here. Then I put a stop loss on a previous low. This way I put my stop loss. So I'll just wait for the market to just move. So again, I'm going to wait for another place like this right here. Right here, and then I draw my trend line. I'll just draw my trend line. Then again, I wait for a breakout. Then I see if I have divergence. So clearly you can see from right there, right here, you can see a clear divergence. So this is divergence. And then this one right here, this is divergence. So, but I don't enter trade instantly. I'll just, if you want to enter trade right here, it's a high risk trade. It's a high risk trade because it might break this line and continue going down. So for you to be on the safe side, wait for the breakout on the counter trend. So this one, just wait for the breakout. Once you have a breakout, you just enter your buy, then you put a stop loss on the previous low. So that's how you trade. So again, you wait for you wait for another counter trend right here. You just draw your line. It's a counter trend. So once we have this counter trend, we look for divergence. We see we have divergence. So we can take, hello, sir, you help me to set divergence indicator. Yeah, it's okay, no problem with that. So you draw your vertical line where you can try to follow divergence. So, and then here we draw another one right here. See, we have divergence. There's no clear divergence right here. But again, you can go one time frame lower, you see we have divergence, or maybe 30-minute time frame, we see we have divergence. So right here on that minute time frame, you can see at this point right here, then this one right here. Yeah. So this one, if you look clearly, this point right here and this one is slightly lower than this one. So these are divergence. So you take this one divergence, and then this one right here. Use this one right here. That's a divergence. So again, you wait for a breakout, then you take your trade right here, and your trade will go. So that's how you trade on divergence and counter trade. So it's as easy as that. So you don't need to complicate it. Just understand on how to draw a trend line, and your trend line must touch three. For your trend line to be strong, it has to touch at least 3 points. And don't force your trend line. Just let it to be obvious. Whatever you see on the chart, don't just try to force a trend line to pass through a point you want it to pass. Just let it pass where it's supposed to pass. So don't force it. Just draw your trend line. All you need to do now is to first identify. So the first step when you're trading, the first thing you're supposed to do is to identify. First thing you're supposed to do is to identify divergence. So first you have to identify divergence. The moment you are, okay, first you have to draw your trend line. You draw your trend line, then you know where the market trend is, where the trend, you know the trend of the market. First, you understand the trend of the market. Second thing you're supposed to do is to identify divergence where you have divergence. If you have divergence, that's okay. So the moment you identify divergence, So the next thing, you are going to look for a counter trend. So like this one right here, this is gold stay 15-minute time frame. So the first thing here I could have done. So here we have gold. So the first thing I'll do here, you can see already the trend. This one we have a trend breakout, right? So this one is a trend breakout. So already we have a trend breakout. So we are moving. Trend. This is a 15-minute time frame though. So it's trying to move up. So I'll just draw my trend line, just like that. So then I'll start now investigating divergence only. All I'm trying to look for is divergence, divergence, divergence. So yeah, I'll just try to look for divergence only. So let's start. So first, I can see right here. I can see right here. And then I have this point right here. I have these 2 points. So already I've identified divergence. We have lower low, and then we have this one, lower high. So what am I going to do next? What I'm supposed to do next is to draw the trend line. So I'm going to see 2 points. This 15-minute time frame. So let me draw my map so it can be easy. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'll just go to 5-minute time frame so I can be able to see clear, to see the counter trend clearly. So what I'm going to do here, I was going to do is just to draw my counter trend. It's right here. This is the counter trend. So the moment you have your counter trend, this is the counter trend. The moment you have your counter trend, you wait for the breakout. So when we have the breakout, you get your breakout, then you will enter right here. You will enter your buy right here. Then the stop loss is right down here. So we put our stop loss below this one right here, below this low right here. We just put our stop loss. Then we wait for the market to move. So that's how you trade on the trend line. So next now, I'm going to look for divergence again. Go back to 15-minute time frame. So I'll wait for divergence. I'll just wait for divergence. So the moment it forms divergence, then I will draw my trend line. So I'm going to draw the trend line right here and wait. So that's what I'll just draw the trend line. So in other words, this one, this point right here, if it goes lower than this one, it's going to form divergence. By the time this market comes down here, maybe to this previous low right here, by the time it comes to this point or this point right here, so it could have formed divergence with this zone right here. So by the time maybe it will come to this trend line, it will form divergence with these 2 lines. With this line right here, and this one will be on the overbought down here. So then it will form a clear divergence. So what I'll wait is that this trend line to be broken. So if it breaks this trend line, then I'll enter my buy. So, but right now I'll not enter my buy until the trend line is broken first, the counter trend line. But again, it's not a must for you to do that. It can break this trend line we have here, then it will continue going down. So remember, I'm using 15-minute time frame. So this might be a counter trend because we are coming maybe from, we are coming from, remember, from 4-hour time frame. In 4-hour time frame, you can see what we are having right here. 4-hour time frame, we have a trend line breakout. So maybe this one, it might be just a counter trend because we have impulsive move, counter trend, then it will continue going down. So we don't know what's going to happen. So we just wait for the market to give us the direction. So we just wait for the market to give us direction. So the moment it gives us direction, that's what we're supposed to do. So that's how you trade on the counter trend. So that's how you see it. So that's the trick behind divergence. So if you are, I know if you are not trading before, you have never traded, this is the easiest way you can start trading. So again, don't trade this one on a live account. Start with your demo account. And this is a trick I've given you on how to trade on divergence and how to combine it to stochastic oscillator. Then see if it's going to give some results. Again, don't just trade because you are trading. You just use demo account and see if you try to practice to see if it's working. So first find the what you're supposed to do, first find the general trend of the market, then draw your trend line, identify divergence, see the counter trend, wait for the breakout, then enter your trade. Put a stop loss below the previous low. So that's how you trade that. So that's how simple it is, and that's how easy it is. Again, trading, you can trade in different ways. We have those people uh, who use shapes to trade. So we have those people who use candlesticks to trade. We have those people, everyone have their own ways of trading, but at the end of the day, it's all the same. So if you decide to use a certain strategy in trading, just try to perfect it. So at the end of the day, it will give out results. So today, this one is gold. I'm just looking at gold right now. So we are going to wait for this week. We see what's going to happen. So if it forms divergence, then we have the counter trend. Whatever happens with it, then it'll be good to go. We just wait and see what's going to happen. Let's just wait and see what's going to happen. So let's try to look at Bitcoin because Bitcoin is running today. So let's see what we are having. Bitcoin is running, not in every broker though. So I think if you are using OptiveX and if you are using XM, you can realize that Bitcoin is still running today on the weekend. So let's see what we are having here. On 4 hour time frame, trying to see we have divergence. On daily time frame, yeah, on daily time frame, you can see clearly that we are having divergence. So the market is trying to form something like this. So this is a clear divergence. So already we are seeing the market is forming divergence. So there's a likelihood that it will continue going up. But again, let's go to 4 hour time frame. I want us to draw a trend line and see what's happening. Okay, right here, we can draw this trend line. This is a clear trend line. This 1 hour time frame though. Just draw the trend line. And then we have a trend line breakout. And then, so now the trend line changes to this direction. So we can move this one now. So we have this one, and then let's try to see we have divergence. Here you can see we are forming divergence already. We have this one, this is trying to form divergence. This Bitcoin though. So it's trying to form divergence. We have lower low, and then lower high. So that's divergence. So we have identified divergence. We have identified divergence. We have drawn, we have seen the direction where the market is likely to go because we have trend line breakout. So next, what we are supposed to do, I can go to 15-minute time frame and try to draw the counter trend. Let's try to draw the counter trend and see what's happening there. So right here, you can see clearly. Let me use a different. You can see this is a counter trend right here. And we have a breakout. So I think you saw I sent a screenshot in the group where I just I opened that trade for Bitcoin. So you can see this a clear buy right here. I'm going to take this where you take your profit, actually the previous high. This where you are going to take the profit. You want to take the profit or you want to take partial profit. So this where you enter your buy and then you put your stop loss down here. Previous row, you put your stop loss right here. Then you just enter your buy right here. Because first we identify divergence. So now here, this is a clear, actually this is a clear entry. for our trade, and then you'll see that our trade is going to run from that point, from right here. I'm just expecting maybe I'll take the first profit, I'll take it right here. Then if it continues going up, I'll just follow the trend until it breaks this trend. And this is the main trend. Now I'm using this one as my main trend in the current time frame. So I'll just wait until this trend is it's broken. So at the moment, I'll just put a stop loss down here, then entry buy the first profit of the profit one. I'm going to take it up here. So that's how easy it is, and that's how you trade. So you go to, for those people who use SMC, for those people who use ICT, I don't know. So if you do the same thing, it might give you the same results. So it depends on how you are trading. But you have seen this like clear trend. We call it a counter trend breakout. So at this point right here, you just entered your buy at this point, stop loss down here. You just wait to take your profit up here. So that's how easy it is. So if you have any question, it's okay. But that's all I can share at the moment. If you have any question, you can go ahead and ask. So first identify the trend, maybe on 1 hour time frame, then find divergence, then look for a counter trend. Wait for the breakout before you enter your trade. Yeah, I usually share my PDFs on Telegram. You can find it on the channel. I share a lot of PDFs. Yeah, guys, if you don't have any question, that's how easy it was. I think you see what's happening with Bitcoin. It's just trying to shoot up. Let's just give it time though. It might fail, so it's not a must that it has to work out, but that's how you minimize losses. What I'm trying to say, that's the easiest way you minimize losses when you are trading. So I'll let you know, guys, what will happen with this Bitcoin. If it fails, I'll let you know. If we hit our this high right here, I'll let you know, guys. So I'll just share this screenshot with you. Let's just monitor it and see. Okay, guys, if you don't have any question, that's a 30-minute Zoom of which did you use SNC strategy? Do you use SNC strategy only? SNRC. So I don't use SNRC only. So I just combine them. So SNRC, I don't use SNRC only. I just combine it with divergence. Still, you can use SNRC to trade, but you have to use a confirmation. You have to use confirmations like candle engulfing, something like that. You have to look for double multiple candles for confirmation in a higher time frame. If you get a SNRC, let's say you find SNRC one in a 1 hour time frame, you are going to look for candle engulfing in H4 time frame or daily time frame, or you look for double multiple candles in a H4 time frame or daily time frame. So get a confirmation. Or if that one does not work, still you can use divergence. So you try to look for divergence normal or hidden divergence. But mostly, since I'm trading on trend continuation, I use hidden divergence. You see what's happening with this one, the one I told you guys. You see what's happening? it's just trying to play around, but I'm hoping that it will just run all the way up. But SNRC, I just use it because that one SNRC means support and resistance continuation. So it's like you are trying to continue with the trend. You are trying to follow the trend. So, and divergence, I use hidden divergence for trend continuation. So that's why most of the time you see I'm saying hidden divergence, hidden divergence. So, yeah, so I think I've answered you. The one who asked if I'm using SNLC on. I'm combining all of them. I'm combining, sometimes I can use, if I get a SNLC setup, then I see divergence, I'll use that one. If I see the trend line, if I see, I see counter trend breakout or that, I can use that one. I can use that one too. So it's up to you guys. So that's how easy it is to trade. You don't need to complicate it again. Just make it simple. But again, not everyone have their own ways of trading. Everyone has their own strategy. So it does not mean that this strategy is so perfect, or this strategy is good, or this strategy is bad. So if you get a strategy that works for you, just go for it. If you get somebody who trains you a certain strategy, just go for it. So nobody has a perfect strategy in trading. But we have those strategies which minimizes losses. That's what we have. Okay, guys, if you don't have any question, you can just have a nice day. Yeah, we have traded around 30 minutes. That's what I wanted to share because today this is our last Zoom. So I just wanted to show you a trick on how to trade on divergence. How do you get hidden divergence, and how do you minimize losses, and how do you trade on it? So if you practice for the last 3 videos, I'll just be sharing the videos on how to trade. Wherever I get a setup, I'll be sharing that video on how I got that setup and on how I opened the trade. Okay, guys, you can have a nice evening.